Come on in, pull up a chair, and take a load off because today I'll be unboxing and taking a first look at Pan Am from Funko Games. And we'll take off right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned in the open, today I'll be unboxing and taking a first look at Pan Am in just a moment. But first, I do want to mention that we are in the midst of the Gaming Gang October Spooktacular 2021. And what that means, each and every day during October, you're going to find a brand new tabletop gaming related video over at thegaminggang.com. And of course, here on the Gaming Gang YouTube channel. Now, it might be a first look like today, could be a review, or if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you're going to find my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airing at 7 p.m. Central as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news, as well as first looks at tabletop games. And then every evening throughout October at 9 p.m. Central, join me as I host a spooky old-time radio program that's destined to put a chill down your spine. So, feel free to take part in the Gaming Gang October Spooktacular 2021. All right, with that said, today I am unboxing and taking a first look at Pan Am, which is from Funko Games. Its design and artwork were provided by Prospero Hall. This game is for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, plays in around an hour, and does carry an MSRP of $34.99. Let's swing on over to the other camera because here I have Pan Am, triumph in the golden age of air travel. I do want to mention this box actually has a good amount of heft to it. So let's take a look at the back here. From island hoppers of the 30s, the glamorous jetliners of the 1960s, Pan Am set the pace of the airline industry. Compete with Pan Am and other players as the head of your own fledgling airline. Expand your fleet of planes, build airports, outbid rivals for landing rights, and create your own globe-circling air system. Play through decades of air travel history alongside ever-growing Pan Am. Make a fortune when they buy your routes. Invest in Pan Am stock when it's cheap. And don't get pushed out of the skies by your competition. All right, let's get ye old hobby knife out here and we'll slice on through the little stickers that are keeping this box closed. I am really looking forward to taking a look at Pan Am because I've heard good things about it. This is kind of like a sleeper hit for Funko. So let's crack this on open, see what we've got. So we've got the game rules. So we've got the instruction booklet right here. It's not too thick. Let's jump on in, take a quick look through. So we're going to see the components. It does have quite a few different airplane little models, little figures. So we got trimotors, clippers, cruisers, and jets. There's only 4 jets. We got player mats, event cards, destination cards, directive cards, stock cards. We have a Pan Am die. And it looks like it has the Pan Am symbol on one of the faces. So we got little money tokens. Cool. I always like money tokens as opposed to paper money. So we've got the setup for the game board. So it looks like we kind of will seed an event deck because we have historical events that take place throughout the game. Talking about setting up. So like each of the players get 2 trimotors and a clipper. And we have engineers as well. Important concepts: destinations, planes, so they all have different range, routes, landing rights. And then we get some examples in these yellow sidebars, side boxes. Engineers, directive cards, directive card examples. So we get playing the game. So we have a series of 7 rounds. In each round, there are 4 phases: event phase, engineer phase, resolution phase, and Pan Am phase. It says Pan Am expands and players earn income. Talking about the engineer phase, it looks like we've got a breakdown of each of the phases, as well as we get some strategy tips too for the first time you play. I understand this has a bit more meat on the bones than people had originally thought. That's another reason why I'm looking forward to checking this out. So we get basically examples of each of the phases, ending the round and ending the game. The game ends after round 7. Player with the most stock in Pan Am wins the game. There's a tie. The tied player with the most money wins. If there's still a tie, the tied players share the victory. And we've got some clarifications as well. So that is the instruction booklet. Over 12, 14 pages. Oh, 16. Actually, more pages than I thought. So we've got that. I should show you the insert on the box top's kind of cool because we got Pan Am all across it. That's nice. That's a nice little extra touch. So we've got the game board. I think the game board might be a pretty decent size here. Yeah, it looks like it's 3 panels. 3 panels long and 2 panels deep. And of course, I open it up upside down. That's always the case. Let me zoom out a little bit. Give you a better look at this board. There we go. So we've got, this looks like Asia. Here's the U.S., South America. So here we've got section A. These are airports. Section B are destinations. Section C are planes. Got different cities. That's kind of cool. Each of the nations, it looks like, or maybe it's regions, have like a little different icon here. So New Delhi, Calcutta, it looks like that's kind of a lion almost. Hong Kong, Manila, Guam, Wake, they all have what appears to be sort of like a palm tree. Got columns for Rome, Paris, Lisbon. Got an eagle for the U.S. Let's move on down, show you the bottom portion of the board as well. So here we have a route bonus section, as well as the stock price. Looks like we're going to track the stock prices here. Routes, directives. So then we have, I don't know what this might represent. I mean, I understand it represents different planes, but I'm not sure what the numbers here represent. Kind of cool. One thing I noticed is, unless I'm somehow missing it, I don't see something to track the rounds. Maybe that's in the event deck. Maybe we seed the event deck with round cards or something like that. So we've got events, current events. Nice. This looks cool. I like the look of this board. This board looks very interesting. All right. So there we've got that. And nice thick cardstock. It's got a finish to the back as well as the front. So I believe that will hold up to repeated play pretty well. Let's see what else we got. We got a punch board. I think it's 1. And it is shrink wrapped. Oh, here we go. So we've got round 3, round 6. Let's zoom back in a bit here. There we go. And we got 2 punch boards. And it appears that in these different rounds, we have different aircraft that become available, maybe? Let's see what it says. Cruiser tile, jet tile. So these are money tokens. So these are 1. Then we have 5. We have our first player marker here. We've got, this looks like this is probably the marker that we utilize for the stocks. There might be a little plastic standee for a little stand for this to slip into. We've got some Pan Am tokens as well. I would take a stab in the dark that these are probably going to mark the Pan Am routes, the routes that Pan Am controls. So we have those. We've got a cool insert here to the box. So we've got different cards. So we've got, these look like the destination cards. Looks like stock certificates, event cards. We've got the different aircraft. We've got some cubes. So we're going to take a look at these. And it looks like we've got these by each player color. So we've got kind of an olive green, yellow, gray, and kind of a burgundy as well. Looks like we've got some player boards in here as well. So here we've got the Pan Am die. Let's zoom all the way in, which isn't going to be a whole lot further, but so here's the Pan Am die. Yeah, there we go. Here's the standee for our stock indicator. Oh, okay. So it's not just pips and a Pan Am symbol. There's 4 there. 4. So we've got different. These no doubt are probably for routes. So these are like the route indicators here. So we've got the Pan Am symbol is on one face. So we've got those. Take a look at the aircraft. We're not going to look at each color because they're all the same as far as what we're going to get. You know what? I think the yellow will probably show up better. Let's use that. All right, so these are control towers, but I think these represent the engineers. I think you get so many of those engineers. Then we've got these little gears. Oh, maybe these are the engineers. I don't know. The only thing that I kind of think might mean these are the engineers is the fact that these have like these little gear icons that we noticed were on the board for like the planes, where it was like 0, 3, 5, so on. So that may be what we indicate for our fleets. That's a possibility. I know all I have to do is really take a look at the instructions, right? Let's find out. Let's see. Was I right or was I wrong? Should tell us right here what they are. There you go. They are the engineers, and those are airports. So I don't know. They may still mark these areas on the board as engineers. All right. So who knows? It might be completely wrong. So, okay, so there's the jets. Those are, I think these are the trimotors. And then we have, that's trimotors too. So these are all the smaller ones. And then we've got 4 jets, right? So each player is going to get 4 jets. And then we've got these and these. I thought we had 4 different kinds of planes. All right, that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Once again, let's take a look at the rule book here. Trimotors, clippers, cruisers, and jets. Yeah, I was going to say, That's one jet. And they say something's wrong. It's like, so that's how they break down. So 5, 4, 3, and 1. And there's some decent detail to these. Kind of cool for you to mark your routes, I believe. So we've got that, the engineers, as well as the airport markers with the control towers. So get these back in. So we have a little tray. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got 2 trays, just like so. Get the little player boards out. Take a peek at those real quick. And then we'll move on to the cards. All right, so this is pretty thin card stock here. So we've got Aero Cosmopolitan. So this is where you're going to put your planes as far as your fleet. Grand Olympian Air, Trans-Imperial Airlines, and Premier Interglobal. So these are like right from the airport movies. Wasn't Global one of the airlines in the airport movies? Get old Dean Martin. Yeah, why don't you try landing a 20 tons of 707 on a slick runway? Actually, the first airport movie is pretty good, and the music is excellent. All right, those are the airport, or I should say airline cards. So there we've got events. So these are stocks. So I'm going to take a guess we're just going to have a couple of denominations here, maybe 5 and 1. I got to find the hobby knife. I put it off to the side there. Okay, so here we have 1. So there's 1 share. And then these are 5 shares. Decent card stock on these. They don't have a linen finish. And of course, as always, I always recommend sleeve your cards. These are just the European size cards. You can find those penny sleeves pretty easily for the Euro game sized cards. Okay, these are destinations, I think. I think this is maybe 2 decks. Yeah, so we've got directives and we've got destinations, I think, in here. All right, so those are directives. And then we have destinations. So take a peek here. So we've got Manila, Bogota, Karachi, Horta. I have to say, this is kind of the artwork on this is pretty interesting because these almost look like old school destination posters that you would see in San Francisco, Tokyo, Lisbon, Santiago, and all the artwork's different for each one of these. Nice. Istanbul, Natal, Mexico City, Bermuda, Shanghai, Port of Spain, Honolulu, Midway, Berlin, Rome, Calcutta, Paris, Beijing, San Francisco, Rome. Oh, so we've got duplication, it looks like. Calcutta, San Juan. I don't think we ran across San Juan in Buenos Aires before. New York, Seattle, Rio, Tokyo, Gander, Saigon, New Delhi, Hong Kong, Bathurst, Guam, Bangkok, Port of Spain again, Lima, Reykjavik, New York. So some of them are duplicates, some are not. It looks like only a handful of duplicate destinations. Havana, Paris, Nome, Alaska. That's pretty wild. Tangier. I have to laugh. Nome gets the palm tree. Tangier, New Delhi, and Miami. So all in all, I don't know, about 52, 54 of those. And then we've got directives, which I'll take a guess. Maybe the directives are sort of kind of like hidden goals, maybe secret goals for you to have. Let's take a look. Secret stock. Buy one stock at no cost. Oh, maybe these are bonuses you get. Lucky Rights. Look at the top 4 cards of the destination deck. Keep one, discard the rest. Oh, and it tells you what phase to resolve this into. Plane sale. Sell a plane in your fleet for $4. Probably 4 million is what it represents. Regional airport, route scouting, advertise, short hop, hub city. Okay, secret stock we saw before. Destination spot, discount plane, free destination, plane sale, upgrade a plane in your fleet. New opportunities, secret stock again, hub city, Pan Am advisory board, sell one of your routes to Pan Am. Regional airport, prediction, new opportunities. Seen some of these before. Rapid expansion. All right. Looks like these are just some duplicates. There are what, maybe, about 40 cards in this little deck here? This looks very interesting, I have to say. So, okay, we'll put the directives back in there. We've got our stock cards right here. Pop those destination cards on top. Okay, so the last deck of cards we're going to look at here is the event deck. Doesn't look like a ton of event cards. All right, come on. Aha! So now I see we've got rounds on there. So this is how we're going to track rounds, is through the events. So we have some for round 7. I would take a stab that we're only going to use so many events. So we've got 4 in each round. So maybe to kind of vary gameplay, maybe we utilize 3 of these in a round or 2 of these in a round. So starting off with round 1. So let's see what some of these are. South American push. The Great Depression. Radio communications. Foundation of Pan Am. Growing competition. Airmail contracts. Long distance travel. Trans-Pacific push. Wartime research. Conscription. Transatlantic travel. Crisis of war. I'm going to take a guess. Oh, it gives us the year too. So showing 1943. Round the World Service, 1947. Post-war expansion. The world recovers. Military liquidation. Pan Am on the rise. Jet prototype. That's 54. Age of tourism. Overseas expansion. Jet stream age. Golden age of flying. So that says 57. I don't know if that'd be the golden age. I would think the 60s would have been the golden age. Upgrading the fleets. The world ports. End of an era. Worldwide headquarters. Computerized reservations in 1964. And world's most experienced airline in 1966. All right, so there we have the event cards. And we've got our various different player planes. Pop these all back in here. We've got our Pan Am die as well as our Stand E. We've got some cubes to use as markers on the player boards, no doubt, which there are the player boards. A couple of punch boards of counters, the cool player game board, as well as our instructions. And that's what we find when we take everything from Pan Am outside the box. So, of course, I will have a review of Pan Am in the very near future. And I gotta say, my brother Greg does not play a ton of board games, but I can see this is probably going to be something right up his alley because he works for Southwest and his wife works for United, and they've worked for the airline industry for years. So this is probably something he'll be interested in checking out. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like the video, by all means, don't forget, give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll not only let you know when I upload videos, such as this first look, but also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news and first looks at tabletop games. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you so much for watching. And until I see you next time, here's hoping each and every one of you gets to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your very own gang. Oh, you're still here. Well, while you're kicking it, how about subscribing to the Gaming Gang channel? Or seeing the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch? Or finding out what YouTube recommends you check out here at my channel? And of course, don't forget, get your geek on at thegaminggang.com.